Colonel Hendry?
Yes, ma'am.
Emma Frost, Sebastian Shaw's associate. You're thinking of running, hiding. We'd find you, Henry. There's not a fortress in the world that could keep us out.
Kevin Feige's got a 10-year game plan for the X-Men, and I'm really hoping that includes something focused on Emma Frost. She's such a cool yet relatable and complex character, but honestly, she's never really been done justice on screen. Emma was actually supposed to show up in Bryan Singer's third X-Men movie, with Sigourney Weaver lined up to play her. But once Singer left the project, she got scrapped from X-Men The Last Stand. Then, in X-Men Origins Wolverine, they had this character, Kayla Silverfox's sister, who could turn her skin into diamond. People thought she was Emma Frost. The trailer even called her that, but in the movie credits, she was just listed as Kayla's sister/Emma. We finally got a proper Emma Frost in X-Men First Class, played by January Jones. This version was part of the Hellfire Club and hung around with their leader Sebastian Shaw. Producer Lauren Schuler Donner confirmed this was the real Emma Frost and not related to the Origins version. In the film, she butts heads with Xavier and Magneto's crew, and after Shaw's death, she gets locked up until Magneto busts her out. In Days of Future Past, it's revealed that Emma was one of the mutants captured and killed by Trask's experiments. And apparently she was supposed to be in Dark Phoenix 2, but got cut from the final version. Honestly, none of these projects really showed who Emma Frost is or just how powerful she can be. She totally deserves her own movie or series at this point. So who is Emma Frost anyway? She was born in Boston to a super wealthy but totally dysfunctional family. Her dad, Winston, was cold and controlling, and her mom, Hazel, pretty much checked out by relying on prescription meds to cope. Emma was the third of 4 siblings. She didn't get along with her sisters, but she was close with her brother, Christian. School wasn't much better. Emma got bullied pretty hard. The one bright spot was her teacher, Ian Kendall, who supported her. When her telepathic powers kicked in, she could read people's minds and started using that to her advantage, even tutoring other students. Ian suggested she become a teacher someday, but her dad shut that idea down fast. One day, her car broke down and Ian gave her a lift home. She read his mind and saw he thought she was smart and beautiful, so she kissed him. Big mistake. Her sister Adrian caught it on tape, and their dad used it to get Ian fired. That's when Emma started pushing back. She blackmailed her dad, and instead of punishing her, he offered her the family fortune. But Emma turned it down and chose to carve out her own path. Total boss move. After spending some time homeless, Emma ended up meeting a guy named Troy, and the two fell in love. He let her stay with him, and she eventually found out he was deep in debt to a local mobster named Lucien. Trying to help, Emma agreed to fake her own kidnapping to get ransom money from her rich dad and pay off Troy's debt, but things went sideways fast. Lucien turned it into a real kidnapping, and Troy ended up getting killed while trying to protect Emma. Emma then used her telepathy to mess with the kidnappers' minds, creating an illusion that made them think they were in a deadly shootout. The last guy standing thought he was the sole survivor and let her go. Once she was out, Emma called the cops anonymously, and the kidnappers got arrested without remembering a thing about her. She took the ransom money and enrolled at Empire State University. That's where she started learning more about mutants and met another telepath, Astrid Bloom, who became her friend and mentor. But plot twist, Astrid was actually manipulating her the whole time. Emma found out and took her down with a brutal psychic attack that left Astrid in a coma. Later on, Emma got invited to join the Hellfire Club, a secret society of powerful elites. She discovered that 2 members, Edward Buckman and Stephen Lang, were plotting to wipe out all mutants. Teaming up with Sebastian Shaw, Lourdes Chantel, and Harry Leland, Emma fought back against Lang's Sentinels. She ended up killing Buckman and the Council of the Chosen, then joined Shaw at the top of the club as one of its ruling Lords Cardinal. Emma Frost has some seriously impressive powers. For starters, she's one of the strongest telepaths out there, officially classified as an Omega-level telepath. That means she can do pretty much everything you'd expect: read minds, send thoughts, control people, mess with memories, project her consciousness, paralyze folks mentally, and even make people feel intense pain or knock them out with psionic blasts. She can even boost or activate other mutants' powers just by tinkering with their brains' wiring. She's so powerful that her abilities are often compared to Professor X's, and she's been able to hold her own against other top-tier telepaths like Exodus, Nate Gray, and Kid Omega. But that's not all. Emma's got a unique secondary mutation. She can turn her body into organic diamond. When she's in this form, she's basically a walking tank. Super strong, invulnerable to most attacks, and doesn't need to eat, drink, sleep, or even breathe. She's also totally cut off from feeling pain or emotions and can survive in extreme temperatures. One downside? When she's in diamond form, she can't use any of her psychic abilities. But the upside is she's also immune to all psychic attacks while in that state. Oh, and she literally glows in the dark thanks to her diamond skin giving off a faint ultraviolet light. The only real weakness? Her diamond body has one tiny molecular flaw. If someone hits that exact spot just right, she can shatter. So yeah, she's insanely powerful but not totally invincible. Emma might be known mostly for her telepathy and diamond form, but there's even more going on under the surface. For starters, there are hints that she could be a latent telekinetic too. There have been moments, like when Jean Grey's psyche used Emma's body to create a force field and fly, or when she accidentally levitated utensils in her sleep, that suggest telekinesis might be tucked away in her skill set. Even Sync, when syncing with her powers, pulled off some pretty clear telekinetic feats, which were credited to Emma's psi abilities. Beyond powers, Emma's also got the brains to match. She's ridiculously smart, with degrees in education and business from Empire State University, and she founded Frost Enterprises, an empire that went toe-to-toe with the likes of Stark Industries. She's a killer strategist and inventor, creating machines that amplify or manipulate psychic powers like mutant locators and illusion projectors. Oh, and she's no slouch in the science department either. Emma knows her stuff when it comes to neurology, genetics, and biochemistry. She's cured mutants from illnesses, analyzed complex brain structures, and even hacked her own brain to fight off a neurotoxin. On top of everything else, Emma Frost is loaded. She owns several multi-billion-dollar companies, Frost International, Frost Enterprises, and Meridian Enterprises, and has investments all over the place. We're talking oil, Stark Industries, Wakandan Airways, Reed Richards' unstable molecule tech, and even helicarrier projects. Her business game is just as strong as her mutant powers. The question is, who will play her? Elle Fanning. She would absolutely crush it as Emma Frost in the MCU. She's got that rare mix of youthful elegance and serious acting chops that make her perfect for the role. Whether it's her commanding presence in Maleficent or her more intense, layered work in The Neon Demon, Fanning has shown she can handle characters who are both emotionally complex and totally magnetic. That's exactly what Emma Frost needs, a character who can be icy, calculating, and powerful, but also vulnerable and real when it counts. Plus, she looks the part, statuesque, striking, and already a fan favorite in casting circles. At 27, she's also the right age to play someone who feels both fresh and seasoned, which is ideal for long-term MCU plans. On top of that, she's already got experience in genre films, so jumping into superhero territory wouldn't be a stretch. All in all, Elle Fanning checks all the boxes to bring Emma Frost to life in a way that feels stylish, sharp, and totally unforgettable. Well, that's it for today. Do you think Elle Fanning is a right pick for Emma, or do you have someone else in mind for the role? Drop your casting choices in the comments. And if you're as hyped as I am for the future of mutants in the MCU, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any updates. See you in the next one.